Never, never did I think I would be saying this. So, as you know, Modern Warfare has officially come out about a month or two ago, and there's been some big problems. And with this, I was thinking randomly about what worse, Modern Warfare at launch or Black Ops 4 and some post content that came with this. So, yeah. Now, I'm not going to go through every single thing from both games that suck. Instead, I'll just have some text going through right now, which shows everything I could think of for both games. Then, I'll go into the main things. Alright, so personally, I think Black Ops 4 is the best game to start off with and, to show everything. So, the main things I could remember from launch of Black Ops 4 that was very broken and annoying was mostly the Maddox, the ICR, and the SOG 9mm, which gun-wise they were broken, and you could also counter them, which was nice. Now, with that, there's always broken guns in every COD game, so yeah, they eventually they got around the nerf or patching and nerfing them, since technically they did both. So that's cool versus Modern Warfare, which they have yet to do, but we'll get onto that later. Then from that, the only other thing that was stupidly broken and annoying was the specialist, which was Nomad, Torque, and on top of all of them we have Mr. Ajax. So if you never experienced this, then you're quite lucky, or if you just don't remember, let me catch you up real quickly. So Ajax had his shield, right, which was not only impossible to get past, besides hitting him in the back, but he also had this little pistol that you could put through it, and it's an automatic, and you could just absolutely wreck people, and pretty overpowered, as you could say. And when I say this, it was proven that no other operator could counter him or score streaks, and I'm not sure if I know the video or if I find it, but if I do, I'll put it in the description. But yeah, he was literally impossible to kill once if you got from behind him and no one liked him. So yeah, then there was this other thing, you might have heard of it. It's called the 9 ping. So needless to say, this would stun you for 15, 20 some seconds, and you couldn't shoot nor see. And having tactical mask, which the perk that was supposed to counter that, it did absolutely nothing until they patched it, which was like a month later, and it was actually a viable option to use that, and I just ran tac mask all the time. Now, it's really one of those things that you have to see to believe, since if you don't know it, I'll try to look for it, but if you haven't seen a 9 ping in action at launch, then you're quite lucky, actually. I was gonna make some stupid shit up, but no, you're quite lucky. Now, other from that, one of those things that I really don't like was the OP score streaks, which, if you don't know, that stands for overpowered. But there's this thing, you might have heard of it as well, it's called the attack chopper. Now, this was very soon nerfed, and it was just kind of like absolutely destroying you, kind of like the VTOL jet now that absolutely destroys everyone. But one major thing about this game was that the maps, there were new ones and old ones. Okay, let's start with that. The new ones sucked, and it's kind of been proven that the new maps are just good. Okay, so basically what I'm getting here is that the maps that sucked were the new ones, and it's kind of been proven that the new maps are just trash. But a lot of these maps were older ones from Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1, and as you can probably tell, they were still fun, and no one camped on the map or any map, and the mini map didn't suck. So yeah, now that's just me foreshadowing, but hey, if you get it, you get it. So let's get on to some post-launch content. Nothing has changed here besides better balancing till they introduced the black market guns, which they said they weren't going to do, by the way. Now, these guns were stupidly overpowered, and if you really want to see the most broken one, you can watch my video, which will be in the top right hand of your corner right now. Bam, did you see it? I know you saw it because I just put it there, unless if I didn't, then rip. But yeah, now, the thing with these guns were, they were broken, and if someone had them in the match, all you had to do was just leave and you'll be fine. So yeah, now the thing with this is that a very, very limited amount of people had the really overpowered guns, since they were impossible to get without paying the money. So basically, besides the greedy corporate practices that these guns were, it was very, very rare to see them in games, since of course they were impossible to get. And this actually made the game playable, since not everyone had it, so it was kind of rare to come across. So yeah, now the problem here is where Modern Warfare comes in. Modern Warfare, woo! Alright, so this game has been quite dog shit from the beginning. So let's take you all the way to the beginning where it all started, when the game launched. Alright, game launches, servers are down. This lasted about 2 hours and was a major set-off for most, and I did not enjoy it. I was sitting there playing Fortnite for 2 hours, you could probably feel my pain. Now, after this, a lot of problems occurred over the weeks. So, first major things was that maps were too big, everyone was camping, the mini-map wasn't normal so people couldn't see anyone, and people just camped more, and footsteps were stupidly loud, and still are, so it just promoted even more camping. Now with this, you might be like, oh, is that it? You know, just campers? Oh, no, brother. You would be very, very wrong. So, with this, there's guns, right? Like every COD? Well, there's two main guns that really ruin this game. The 725 and the M4. So to put this short, the 725 could one-shot anyone from any range with the right attachments, and it could literally be a sniper rifle if you use it correctly, which if I have the video, you'll see right now. Then the M4, it would outdo any gun, so even if you did get the first shot and several more after that, if someone had the M4, you would still be losing. And needless to say, the M4 is still broken out, and they have yet to patch it, and they won't patch it because it's a game made for bad players. So yeah, now they said they nerfed the 725, which I don't believe since it's still pretty broken, but I also don't see people playing it as much, so I guess that's cool. So yeah, now let's just add all this together. The big maps plus the bad mini map plus overpowered guns. What else could you add to this equation of camping? Claymores. Yup. Claymores in this game had the range of a small atomic bomb, and they would one-shot you no matter what, and this forced players to rock EOD, and you still have to if you want, somewhat stand a chance, and I'm forced to play since so many people use the Claymores, and basically EOD just makes it where you could get two-shotted by Claymores, and most people just put up 2 Claymores now, so basically it's just, it's bad. So, as you can see, this game is basically just a camper's paradise, and the best part about all of this is that it was made for campers and shitty players. The developers literally said they made it for bad players to camp and get kills, and they added skill-based matchmaking to this, which just fueled the flame. So with this SBMM, which is skill-based matchmaking, it makes every game you play in a sweat fest, which is annoying since you can't casually play this game, and if you're not in a sweat game, then you're in a game where everyone camps, and it's annoying since you're running around the map for 24/7, and then you get killed by some dude with the M4 camping in the building with claymores on the stairs. So yeah, now if you've been in the loop for a while, then you would know that this is pretty annoying since no one wants to play a Switch 24/7, and then players that play shitters don't want to do that 24/7, and it's to the point where games don't even reach the score limit. Just hit the timer since everyone camps and doesn't walk around, so it doesn't hit the score limit. You have no idea how many free-for-alls I've seen where it doesn't hit 30, which 30 kills in like 10 minutes isn't hard, and it just doesn't do it because everyone camps. And with this, the problem that makes everyone even more mad is that the developers have gone silent, and the devs were pretty praised for being, oh, we're gonna listen to you, we're gonna do the right things, and once the game comes out, oh, now we're silent and we're not telling you anything, and once we do, it's not good things that you like. So they refuse to fix any key aspects to this game to make it better, and to the looks of it, they're planning on doing absolutely nothing to it. And as you can probably tell, most people are pissed off that they aren't listening to the community anymore, and it really shows, since one thing that is that people want dead silence as a perk, or footsteps sound lowered to high hell, because it sounds like an elephant. And they keep saying they lowered the sound. They didn't, by the way. It sounds the same. And in the last patch notes, it leaked that one of the devs says that core players want the sound significantly reduced, and they have yet to do it. So even the devs know that this is what players want, and they're still not doing, which I don't understand. So yeah, if they just patch all these problems, the game could be one of the best Call of Duties we've seen in years, which I I just don't know why they would do it, since, again, this is probably the worst game I've played ever, and it kind of sucks, since the way it is in this current state, it's an awful game. But knowing the game, it could be great. They just refuse to do it. Now, also, one last thing before this is that almost every map in this game sucks ass, okay? The bridge map, which most people hate, is actually one of the better ones if you know how to play it properly. But other from that, almost every other map, and I assure you that these maps, that they're bringing from, old Modern Warfare's are going to be good, since they're old Modern Warfare maps. But every other map that's not post-launch is awful, okay? They brought back Crashed, I think it was, at the time of recording this. From what I've seen, I haven't played the game since I don't want to. What I've seen, Crash is basically just everyone camping, doors are closed, claymores, and kind of boring. And they had Crash 24/7, which no one wanted, to the point where they bullied Infinity Ward to put Shoot House 24/7 back in. That's what they did. So, yeah. I don't know what they're going from here. So, that's basically all the stuff. Black Ops 4 is a better game than Modern Warfare launch and post-launch. I don't care what you say, it just is. And I hope they fix this game to the looks of it. They're not, but who knows. Yeah, anyway, that's been it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe for more on YouTube. I will see you next time. Goodbye.